Hey everyone, how you all doing? We're going to try and go through a 30-minute beginner animal flow class. So there's going to be some wrist moves at the start, and then we'll be going through a little bit of general warm-up, try and work the breath a little bit at the start. I'll demonstrate the flow and then we'll go through it nice and slowly, breaking down the moves, and then try and get towards where I go each side with the call outs and try and follow along. So typically the warm-up would be a little bit more in a standard hour animal flow class, but because we're just going to try and cut it into 30 minutes. If you feel like you need to get a little bit more of a warm-up, you can just pause the video, carry on doing the exercises what we're doing to get a little bit more mobility and a bit more like warming the joints up and that a little bit more. So there's going to be a deep ape in the flow. So if you're kind of struggling with getting into a deep squat, which is the same as a deep ape, we'll be posting a video on how to improve your squat or the deep squat. So yeah, just try your best, and if no worries if you can't get through it or you're struggling with a few of the moves. So it's just a practice. Anyway, so cool, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some wrist mobility first. So bringing the hands together, I'm going to go nice and slowly, just rolling one wrist over the other. So the first thing we usually do in a typical animal flow class is bringing some movement into the wrists. So get them nice and warm. So just rolling one over the other. We can slow, the breathing can be nice and slow at the moment. There's no need to kind of be over breathing. It's a nice time to connect to your breath as well. So notice how your inhale and your exhale is while you're rolling your wrists. Okay, so we'll just, if you need to do this a little bit more to get a little bit more wrist mobility, feel free to pause the video and do a little bit more. So, okay, and then from there, I'm going to start keeping the hands clasped together. Okay, hands are down, and we're just going to go through some wrist waves. So we're starting to bring a little bit more movement into the body. So beginning with one elbow, so lift the elbow. Imagine there's a wave rolling through, dissipating out the opposite side. So again, this is just bringing a little bit more movement into the body. So do a few of these, rolling through, wrist comes up, rolls through, out the opposite side, and then going in the opposite direction. So you might find one side moves a little bit easier than the other, and that's okay. So it's important not to push through any pain at all. If you're getting any pain or pinching sensations, try to either navigate around it or take a break. I'll do a couple more, and then from there, keeping the fingers again clasped, you can press the thumbs together, then with the palms facing down, and show you. So keeping the arms about chest height, want to be pressing out, and we're trying to decompress the edge of the wrist. So because that typically gets a little bit of loading in the animal flow. So it's just a gentle pushing out from the body, keeping the palms facing down, stretching the wrists out a little bit, keeping the thumbs pressed together, and then slowly bringing back in. And this is a chance to do it on an inhale. We could breathe in at this moment, and then exhaling as we're moving forward or pushing the palms away. So again, breathing in. It's nice and gentle, breathing out. Try and breathe in through your nose if you can. In and out. Okay, and from there, anytime you feel like you've got a little bit of discomfort in the wrist, we go to what's called the wrist relief position, where you're going to put the backs of the hands together, palms are facing away from each other, and this is just bringing your wrist into the opposite direction. So bringing them into the middle. At any time you need to, you can pause the video, drop into this wrist relief position. At any time you need to take a break, grab a drink, just feel free to pause the video. Okay, so from there we'll typically move into a little bit more starting to warm the wrists up a little bit more and load them a little bit more. This is also a chance where we can add a little bit of work in the breath. So I'm going to do some short breath pauses, and that just helps to prepare the respiratory system for the given demands of what we're going to be doing. So what we can do is fingers are spread, so corkscrew the arms. So as we sit back on the heels, so I'm just going to set up in a normal position with knees, or normal beast position, sorry. I'm going to be rocking forward and just loading and stretching the wrists a little bit, stretching and loading the shoulders. So my fingers are nice and spread, corkscrew the arms. I'm going to inhale in this position, and then I'm going to shift my weight forward nice and slowly, trying to exhale through my nose. And then as I get to the end, I'm just going to pause for 3, 2, 1, and then I'm gently inhaling as I'm moving back. So inhaling as I'm moving back, nice and gentle. Take a breath here. I'm just going to do 5 of these. And then again, inhale, exhale as we're moving forward through the nose. So gently moving forward on the exhale, holding the breath at the end or pausing for 3, 2, 1, and gently inhale, moving back. Take 1 breath there, exhale, moving forward. Pause for 3, 2, 1, inhale, gently moving back. With 2 more, exhale, moving forward. Pause, 3, 2, 1, last one, inhale, moving back. We'll take an extra breath at this position. And an inhale again. Exhale, moving forward. And pause for 3, 2, 1, gently inhale, moving back. Okay, so that just brings a little bit more movement into the wrist. We can add a couple of breath pauses in. That's just going to help prepare the respiratory system. So what we can do now is go into some wrist circles. So we can just sort of resume normal breathing at the moment, your normal regular breathing. Okay, we'll want to be moving in circles. Do about 3 nice, big, slow circles. Doesn't matter which direction you start in, keeping the arms nice and straight and moving around. All this does is it's loading the wrists in some different directions. Once you've done 3 one way, do 3 the other. That's 1. So again, normal breathing, not trying to focus, just focusing on moving the body. Okay, so from there, we're going to try and warm the hips up a little bit. So we're going to just keeping the knees on the floor. We're going to slide back, so the bum is just close to the heels. So knees are slightly wider than the shoulders and slightly wider than the heels. I'm going to slide my arms forward a little bit. And then from there, I'm going to do some front steps with my knees still on the floor. So it's just like a variation of a front step. This is going to help to warm the hips up. So from there, I'm just going to lift my right hand and replace it with my right foot. Okay, and then that's going to be a right leg front step, but I'm keeping my knee on the floor. I'm going to pull my palm back, pull the arm back, nice tall chest. Let that hip sink a little bit. Take a breath. Then I'm going to put my right hand down, pull my leg back, sink back. Now I'm going to do the left leg. So left leg comes up, I'll take my left hand away. Okay, pulling that arm back, nice tall chest. Sink a little bit deeper with the hip, get a nice stretch. Arm goes down, and I'm going back. Now we'll repeat again, so right leg comes up. Pulling that palm back, tall chest. Just try and do your regular breathing. Go back, left leg. Okay, sink in a little bit deeper with the hips. Hand goes down, 1 more on each side. So right leg, Pull that arm back, nice tall chest. Right arm goes down, right leg back, now left leg. Nice tall chest. Hand goes down, going back. So again, if you need to take a little moment, you can put the wrists together. Now we're just going to go and do a few activations. So what we're going to try and do is set up in our beast position. We're going to do some limb lifts. So I want to spread the fingers nice and wide. So hands are under the shoulders, knees shoulder width apart, should be roughly under the belly button. So I'm not too far back and not too far forward. I'm trying to get in roughly a neutral position. Okay, and then from there, my back is nice and neutral, my neck is neutral roughly. So from there, I'm going to corkscrew the arms, I'm going to bring some stability into my midline, so squeezing my pelvic floor. And from there, I'm going to lift my knees off the floor just high enough to slide a piece of paper under and hold it there. So I'm keeping my arms nice and straight. So this is just going to start activating all these different lines of tissue ready for the animal flow. So again, I'm trying to keep my breathing, not too much at the moment. Okay, now I'm going to go into some limb lifts. So I want to lift the right leg just off the floor, just high enough to slide a piece of paper under and hold. 3, 2, 1. Pop that down. Now lift the left leg just high enough off the floor and hold. 3, 2, 1. Legs go down, knees down. Okay, have a little shake out of the hands. Come into the relief position. Take a moment. If you need to grab a drink, grab a drink. So this time we'll do the same again. Try and do it in a position where you can see. And then we're going to do the arms as well. So from there, corkscrew the arms. I'm in my position. Stabilise the midline. Lifting. Knees just off the floor and hold. Now I'm going to lift the right leg just off the floor. 3, 2, 1, pop that down, lift the left leg. 3, 2, 1, pop that down, lift the left hand. 3, 2, 1, pop that down, lift right hand. 3, 2, 1, pop that down. Keeping the knees off the floor. We're going to lift left hand and right foot and try and balance. So 3, 2, 1, pop them down at the same time. Lift the right hand, left foot. 3, 2, 1, pop that down, knees down, have a shake out, wrist relief position. Now we're going to go into the crab, do the limb lifts on the crab. So we want to be set up in the M position. So I'm going to pull my shoulders back, I'm going to pull my neck or my head back, tuck the chin, try and get a nice line with the spine. Lifting my head up as if I'm looking towards a rising sun, so just slightly looking up. And from there, with my shoulders back, I'm going to push into the floor, lift my bum just off the floor and hold that position. Okay, and from there, we're going to try and lift the left leg off the floor, but rather than lifting the leg out, I want to try and pull that hip in. So pull that hip in nice and tight. Foot is just high enough to slide a piece of paper under. 3, 2, 1, pop that down. Now same with the right leg. So pull in that hip in and hold. 3, 2, 1, pop that down. Keeping the shoulders back again. So we're going to try and bring the left arm into the centre of the body. So we're trying to stabilise the three limbs on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Pop that one down. Now we're going to bring the right hand into the centre. 3, 2, 1, down. Now we're going to do right foot and left hand at the same time. So try and lift at the same time. Bring the left hand into the centre, pulling that right foot off the floor. 3, 2, 1, popping down at the same time. Now the left foot and the right hand. 3, 2, 1. Popping down, down. Have a shake out. So normally I'll probably do a little bit more warming up, but we're going to try and keep it to 30 minutes. So I've got 15 minutes now to get through the class. So I'm going to grab a quick drink and then go through the flow. So my first position is going to be crab. So I'm just going to break down a couple of moves, nice and slowly, work our way through the flow. Like I say, if I was in a normal hour class, I'd spend a little bit more time, but we'll try and get through it nice and quick. So first move would be a crab. This is the position I'm going to start in. And the first move I'm going to go into is, well, sorry, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will show the flow first, so at least we know what we're doing. So from here, it's going to be crab. It's going to be a left leg side kick, left leg under switch into right leg side kick through. Then I'm going to be a right leg under switch into deep ape. Then I'm going to open. I'm going to do right leg reaching under switch into a left arm crab reach. Return. Right leg under switch, left leg under switch, back into the crab. So that's going to be the flow. So again, we're going to break it down nice and gentle, nice and slowly. So from there, my first position I'm going to set in is crab. First move is going to be a left leg under switch. So I'm in my crab position, what we just practiced. So I'll lift the left foot, bring the right hand into the centre, step on the gas, so I'm lifting my heel on the right foot. Left leg comes under the body. I land in my beast position, and then I'm going to turn. I'm going to drop the heel, and the right leg is going to come under the body to take my right leg side kick through. Okay, so go back into the position. So I'm going to show you from this side so you can see when I drop my heel. So first move again. So I'm in my crab. I'm going to take a left leg under switch. I land. Then I'm going to take the right leg under the body. I drop my heel in line of the way my leg is going to kick. I'm going to take my left leg side kick through. So I'm going to imagine that I'm wiping the palm of my hand is facing away from my face. I'm just imagining that I'm wiping something off my cheek. Elbow is going to go high. I'm trying to create as much distance as I can with my elbow and my big toe. Leg is slightly externally rotated, okay, and my toe is pointing, so I'm flexing my foot. Okay, so that will be the first move. So again, I'm in my crab position and take a left leg under switch. I land in my beast. Right leg then comes under the body. My left hand is going to wipe like it's wiping the back of something off my face into right leg side kick through. Okay. Then from there, I want to be bringing the leg under the body. And I'm going to do an under switch, but because I'm going to go into an ape position, I'm going to come under the body. I'm trying to land both feet at a 45-degree angle. Whilst this arm is on the floor, my thumb is down, and I'm just going to bring that hand in the air for balance. So I'm trying to roughly line it up with my arm on the floor. That's going to create some balance, and then I'm going to push the ground away, and I'm going into my deep squat. Okay, and that's like the deep ape. So I'm just sat as deep as I can in a squat position, and then from there I'm going to bring palms facing away from each other, bring the backs of the hands together, trying to get my arms in between my knees, and I'm going to tuck my chin down nice and deep. Try and squeeze my arms together if I can. Okay, this is where obviously trying to really need some good mobility. So if you're struggling a bit, it's okay to have your heels a little bit off the floor, but obviously it's just going to be harder to sit in this position for a long time. And then from there, I'm going to open. So what I'm doing is I'm externally rotating my arms, palms are facing up, turning my legs out, and I'm activating and pushing into the ground. Okay? So we'll do that again, start from the beginning. I'm going to set into my crab position. I'm going to pull my shoulders back into my crab position. I'm going to take the left leg under switch. I land, take the right leg under the body into my right leg side kick through. And from there I'm going to pull that leg back. Thumb is down, my arm is pushing into the floor. My legs are at 45 degrees on my feet. I push into the ground. I'm going to sit into my deep ape. Okay, palms facing away from each other. Pushing in, chin is down, and I open. Okay, and that would be the first part of the move. So, we'll have a go on the right side. So again, we're moving through the class a little bit quicker than what we normally would be. So I'm going to set up in my crab, chin is tucked in, pull the shoulders back, head is slightly up. So I lift my right foot, left hand comes into the centre, lift my heel off the floor, right leg under switch, landing in my beast. Take the left leg under the body into my left leg side kick through. So arm is pulling back. So the palm of the hand is facing away. And imagine I'm wiping something off my cheek. And then from there, I bring the leg under the body. And now I've got that arm, my thumb is down. So I've got my arms roughly in line. I'm leaning on my hand and then I'm going to push so I can go into my deep ape position. So again, I tuck into that position. And from there, I'm going to open. And I'm in my deep ape, ready for the next move. Cool. So we'll just leave that there for a minute. So I'm in my deep ape. I've opened. And then the next move is I'm going to do right leg reaching under switch. So I put my hand down, my right hand, slide it across my body. It's going across my body. My arm is using again for this position. And then I'm going to come underneath, right leg under switch. And I'm going to take a left arm crab reach. So from there, drive my hips into the air and rotate my shoulder. Drive the hips up, and my arm, my hand, I'm going to slowly watch my hand go over my head, turn the chin towards the shoulder, try and frame the head, and pulling down into my crab, lifting my hips, then to come back, I'm going to return, and I'm just going to take a right leg under switch, left leg under switch, and back into my crab position. So again, we'll do that just from the deep ape, and then string it all together nice and slowly, so we get a few reps in. So I'll be in my deep ape position, right hand comes across the body, so opposite arms going into the air with my thumb facing down, legs are 45 degrees, or my feet are 45 degrees, I'm leaning, I slide into my left arm crab reach, drive into the air, into my crab reach, chin towards the shoulder, rotated the arm, hand is pulling, pointing down, then a return. Now I'm going to take a right leg under switch back into my beast, left leg under switch back to my crab. Cool. So if you need to go into your wrist release position, take a quick drink. Okay, so we're going to go nice and slow, do the full flow. I won't go too fast. We'll do once to each side, then I'm going to try and rep it out a couple of times, do a little bit of calm breathing, and get to the end of the class. So settling into my crab position, shoulders are back, chin is tucked, and then my head is slightly up. From there, I'm going to do a left leg under switch, landing my beast, and I'm going to take a right leg underneath the body into a right leg side kick through. So again, I'm wiping the palms facing away, roll that shoulder forward, then from there, I'm going to bring that right leg under the body, land my feet at 45-degree angle. I'm leaning on my arm, and the other hand is used for balance. I'm going to push back into my deep squat, so my palms are going to face away. I'm going to bring my hands together, tuck my chin down into my deep eight. Then I'm going to open, so I'm going to externally rotate my arms, palms are facing up, knees are pointing out, activating, pushing into the floor. And from there, I'm going to do right leg reaching under switch. I'll put my hand down, slide it across my body. The other arm is going to rotate so the thumb is facing down. And now I'm going to take the right leg under the body into a left arm crab reach. So rotate the shoulder, hips, drive the hips into the air. Okay, then I'm going to let the hand come over the head. Chin is going to go towards the shoulder. And take my crab reach, then coming back, return, and take a right leg under switch, landing my beast, left leg under switch, back into my crab. Cool. Do the opposite side. I'll go again. So shoulders are back, I've set my crab. I'm going to take a right leg under switch into a left leg side kick through. So again, palm is facing away. And from there, left leg comes under the body, feet are at 45 degrees, I'm leaning on that left hand, my other arm I'm using for a counterbalance, and the thumb is facing down. I push back, go into my deep eight, palms are facing away, arms between the knees, tuck the chin. And from there, I'm going to open, so I'm going to push my weight forward. Heels come off the ground, open the hands, so I'm externally rotating the shoulders, palms are facing up, knees are facing out. Hold that position, and then from there, left hand comes across the body. Right arm is in the air, thumb is facing down. I'm going to take the left leg under switch into a right arm crab reach. So rotate the shoulder, arm is coming over the head, hips are extended. Chin towards the shoulder, pulling the arm down, arm is coming back, return, and I'm going to take a left leg under switch into my beast, right leg under switch, back into my crab. Cool. So just got time to get a couple of rounds in, do a couple of minutes of breathing, just over 30 minutes, get a good workout. So I'm going to go through now, nice and slow, just with the call outs. Do one round each side, and then do another round, and then you're free to kind of rep out a few times, as many times as you want. So, cool. So ready? So set crab. Left leg under switch into right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch into deep eight. Open. Right leg reach and under switch into left arm crab reach. Return. Right leg under switch into left leg under switch. Back into my crab. And spin around. Right leg under switch into left leg side kick through. Left leg under switch into deep eight. Open. Left leg reach and under switch into right arm crab reach. Return. Left leg under switch into right leg under switch. Back into my crab. Cool. We'll do one more on each side. See if you can follow along. Set crab. Left leg under switch into right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch into deep eight. Open. Right leg reaching under switch into left arm crab reach. Return. Right leg under switch into left leg under switch into my crab. Spin around. Set crab. Right leg under switch into left leg side kick through. Left leg under switch into deep eight. Open. Right leg, left leg reaching under switch, into right arm crab reach. Return. Left leg under switch to right leg under switch. Back into my crab. Okay, so that was a pretty good workout. 30 minutes, just got a couple of minutes to do some breathing, so we can bring the heart rate down. If you want to carry on, that's cool. So you could rep out another couple of times. And then, well, don't forget at the end, we don't want to just get up and walk off. It's really important that once we've finished our workout or whatever we're doing, that we allow our bodies to integrate what we've done and try and actively slow down the heart rate. Try and get out that fight or flight system, bring in a bit of the rest and digest part of the nervous system, and just allow us to sort of calm down a little bit, okay? So what I like to do is put my hands on the floor, okay? You can keep your eyes open, or if you like to close them. And then I just like to normally let my breathe, I'm just going to find my breath. I'm going to just see where my breath is, how am I breathing, how fast am I breathing, where am I breathing into? Am I breathing into my chest, am I breathing into my belly, is it through my nose, is it through my mouth? That lets me know a lot of details about where I'm at with my nervous system. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm just going to let the inhale be where it is. And then every time I'm exhaling, my focus is to just extend that exhale a little bit more than I can. So I'm inhaling and I extend that exhale. If you're breathing through your mouth at the moment, that's fine. Just try and work towards breathing through your nose. That's just going to help activate that rest and digest of the nervous system. So just normally, just letting that inhale come as it wants to, and then extending the exhale. Just allowing yourself to slow the heart rate and slow the breathing. So it's always important to cool down. Obviously it's nice to do some stretching as well after, but just it's important to cool that nervous system or bring that nervous system down a bit. Do a couple more. So you could do this as much long as you wanted. If you wanted to do this for another 5 minutes, you're welcome to, after the video stops. So over the next 3 breaths, we'll just start to bring a little bit of movement back into the body. Okay, so thank you if you joined and watched the video, hope you liked it, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. So you could also do a little bit of wrist moves at the end. Yeah, so again, thank you. Got some online animal flow class starting Monday, soon on Mondays, live class. So if you want to jump in on that at all, check it out through my newsletter. And yeah, thank you again. See you.